Hi YouTube. I was just about to go to bed the other night and I just happened to look into one of my crested gecko cages and this had just literally started happening. So this is how they go about mating, and I thought I'd get a video of it just to show you and see if I could get the whole thing on video, which I think I've managed to do. So this is mainly going to all be real time. There's one part of the video later where they're sort of joined together and they stay completely still for about 7 or 8 minutes when they're joined. So yeah, fast forward through that, but everything else is real time. So you can see what happens at first is he grabs her by the crest, and it doesn't seem to hurt. Like in all the years that I've kept these, um, there's never been any kind of injury from this. I think he bites her reasonably gently. I mean, strong enough to kind of keep hold of her, but there's never any kind of teeth marks or bloodshed or anything like that. So it's just kind of, it's actually quite a useful place to kind of grip hold of her really, because it sticks out enough. You can see there, look, where he's kind of got hold of that little flap of skin. It seems almost like it was designed for that purpose. So he's kind of desperately trying to get her into a position where he can get his tail underneath her tail. I've seen this a few times before, but I haven't videoed it before. So usually what happens if you breed crested geckos, they're quite vocal while they're doing this. I would have liked to have got that, but my family were kind of making noises in the background, so I had to get rid of all the kind of audio off of this and just do a voiceover instead. Yeah, I'm mainly trying to breed Harlequin crested geckos because this is the kind of colour pattern that I like. And I've got so many babies at the moment. I sort of lost count after about 50. And yeah, these, even in this cage, I think there's about 5 or 6 adult females and a male. And you'll see 1 or 2 of them hanging on glass later. So here he goes. He's still, you can see the difference here. Look, if you look at his sort of cloacal region, you can see like how swollen his area is compared to hers. Look, he's desperately trying to get that part of his body underneath her part, but she's not having any of it at this stage. She's playing hard to get. Yeah, quite often you'll just hear this like noise that they make when the male grabs hold of the female. She quite often will make a noise, and yeah, they sort of like call to each other a little bit. He's trying. You'll have to excuse the state of my glass. I thought it was fairly clean, but if any of you keep crested geckos, you'll probably know this. Like, trying to keep the glass of an Exoterra clean when you've got crested geckos is quite tricky because they're this really bad habit of deciding to go for a little poo down the side of the glass. So I'm forever, they're on a sort of a rotation circuit where I go around and clean the glass, but it is never ending really. Okay, there's a lot of squirming going on. I grabbed my torch and I was, trying to get the point of kind of copulation, but it wasn't easy because they kept going in weird positions. So here I decided to move around the side. There's another female. Something quite funny happens with that other female later, but I won't spoil the surprise until it happens. It's quite funny. More twitching going on. Yeah, I suppose usually I would probably miss all the matings. There must have been so many matings because of all the different eggs that I've had. But I guess normally I just either hear the noise of the mating or they do it in the middle of the night when I'm in bed. Okay, that's the point where he enters her basically. So they're in full copulation now, and notice that I shone the torch slightly to one side, so it wasn't directly in their eyes yet until they fully joined. You can see like more twitching motions. Apologies, by the way, for the fan noise of my computer. It's doesn't seem to be liking this video for some reason. It's making a whirring noise. Okay, so it was somewhere around here I think I decided to speed it up. So yeah, this is times 20 now. They were basically in this position, I think it was for about 7 or 8 minutes. Completely still apart from her breathing. Maybe she like licks her lips a couple of times or something, but that was about it. There she goes, licking her lips. Okay, this is back to normal speed. Yeah, it's quite nice because I've got such good patterns now with a lot of my adults. Basically, well, yeah, every single baby comes out with really nice harlequin patterns to it. So now I'm trying to line breed them. So I've got ones that have got slightly more orangey colours that I'm pairing together, and ones that have got Dalmatian spots that I'm going to pair together as well. And I'm just going to see what offspring I end up with. So somewhere around here I think she ends up getting a bit fed up with him. He's still obviously grabbing that crest at the back of her head. Yeah, here we go. She's like, that'll do. And then look, he grabs her by the middle crest. She doesn't seem to like that, and she's bitten him. Right, you can see his hemipene here, and he spends a bit of time now cleaning it because it's covered in eco earth. There's that's the funny moment when, just as he's trying to clean himself, poor fella, the other female decides to fall off the glass, whack straight into his hemipene. So yeah, remember, like crested geckos, well, lizards in general have 2 hemipenes. So this is just one that's out at the moment. I wasn't sure whether to cut this gratuitous scene out or not, but I left it in because you know, some of you might find it fascinating. It's quite an unusual shape, the hemipene, and so I left it in so you can see the full thing. Because if you're going to be keeping crested geckos and breeding them, the chances are you'll see this at some point. So yeah, just the base of his tail has like a slit, and the hemipenes come out one at a time. So sometimes I'll use the left one, sometimes I'll use the right one. I think very rarely maybe they use both, I'm not sure. But anyway, he's cleaning this up, getting ready to put it in. Back in again, back in the slot. Yeah, I've left this real time, but I think I'll probably try and decide whether I should cut it or not. But you can see, look, it's got quite a long sort of worm-like bit that goes into the slit, and then a sort of big bulbous bit on the end. I find it quite interesting. I've kept like monitor lizards and tegus, and when you get males of those, quite often if you go to give them a bath and you place them down into warm water, maybe just the change in temperature or just the the wetness around them, quite often their hemipenes will pop out, and the first time that ever happened to me was quite a shock. because they both came out at the same time, one at each side, and yeah, they were sort of bright pink. So it's like, oh, what's going on there? And they unfolded quite a lot as well, so they're quite big. Yes, it looks pretty tender, this thing, and you wouldn't want another crested gecko to get interested in it thinking it was a worm or something and try and bite it. Try and eat it. Wouldn't be good. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and hit subscribe to see more videos in the future. I've got quite a lot of exotic pets that I try and breed, so there may be a few tips here and there that might help you if you're trying to do similar. Cool, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.